Wow. Now we're on all three, and that's probably
No, it's not him.
It's not Rocco. You could go ahead and talk to them.
No, that's okay.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of Change Starts With Us. That kind of sucks when you get older. We're on Anchor today. We're on YouTube, and we're on Facebook Live. So which one we get kicked off first on? But today we were with our president, Candace Rocco Rhodes, the good Candace. We're going to share a little bit about why she's involved in being an advocate for people, especially the wrongful conviction part. Many of you may know. So share a little bit about what brought you to this point in your life where you want to fight for the innocence of people.
My husband was wrongfully convicted of a crime that never happened. I didn't know that this was even possible, that they could convict somebody without having no evidence whatsoever. DNA, none whatsoever. There was no evidence to convict him. It was just a story. That was it. So once he got convicted, I said that I would spend the rest of my life making sure I got the justice for him that he deserved.
The statistics show that there's 20% that are totally innocent in prison, and probably about between 35 and 40% that are wrongfully convicted, which means a crime occurred, just not what they were convicted of. Like myself, I was charged with a first-degree misdemeanor, 6 months, but that's not what it turned out to be. On her husband's case, though, it's total innocence, is my understanding.
Yes.
They do have evidence to prove it, which we're not going to get into it at this time, just because it's in. It will be handled through the courts, hopefully, and hopefully we'll get some people to listen and offer an assistance on this. I share a little bit about your husband. If you want to mention his name, you can. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to.
I'd rather leave his name out for right now. Okay. He's a great father. He has been helping me raise my children. I have 5 children of my own. He has 2 children, and then we took in custody of 2 other children, which is his brother and my sisters. Kids love him. Everybody loves him. He's always the person that can make you laugh. He's just a great person. He had a horrible past. He did some things that he's not very proud of, but he changed his life. He said that I saved his life. I gave him hope that he could be a better person. So, I mean, he's just a great person. I'm not going to stop fighting for him.
Right. How tough, a lot of people don't realize how tough it is for the girlfriends or wives when their husband or boyfriend gets locked up. How tough has it been for you and your family?
It's been extremely difficult. Like I said, I have 7 kids that I'm taking care of by myself. Roughly a month after he was locked up and convicted of this stuff, I could feel that everything was starting to turn for the worse. Just because, we relied on him so much. And then now everything is on me. So it's extremely hard. We've been through hell.
Right. And remember, folks, it's not about what somebody's convicted of. It's about their innocence or on how people can change. In this case, it's a man of innocence that should have never stepped a foot in the prison system, at least for this crime he shouldn't have. I don't know what he's done in the past, but obviously he must have changed his life, and I don't know if women had that much power, though, but I guess you have to give them credit sometimes. It's kind of neat. She's not the only one that's got somebody that's wrongfully convicted. Our Vice President, Jerry, my friend Terry from the new group, Gina, Bobby, Joe, they all have one thing in common. Either their husbands were juveniles when they got locked up, or they were wrongfully convicted or totally innocent. And that's what we're trying to work on in this group, is how we can bring the change that we need to. And that is by bringing awareness and trying to network with attorneys and others throughout the state. It's not about who you like in each group. It's about how you can serve the public and how you can help others. Why is my half of my face showing? Because it's kind of good with half of it. It doesn't show all the wrinkles in. But this is share a little bit about what you miss the most about your husband.
Oh, every day.
Don't get wishy-washy.
Every day the kids say, I mean, the other day I was cooking dinner and they said, oh, do you remember when Rocco would do this or Rocco would do... It's always that. There's not a day that doesn't go by that we don't incorporate him in something, whether it's dinner or getting clothes out or, you know, TV time. We miss every single thing about him. And
yeah, it's hard on the kids, but how much do you think they remember? The little ones, they probably don't remember him, do they?
The littlest one we have, he just turned a year old, so he's never. Rocco was not home when I had him.
And that's Rocco's, right?
That's Rocco's son. But all of the other kids, they remember him, and it's a struggle every day for us.
Right, and I wanted to discuss on some of the unfair treatment that you have received. They tried to ban her visits. That did not last long. And it was because I think she sent a picture of her son in there, and he didn't have a shirt on or something. Yeah. So they thought it was, I don't know. But that's ridiculous. You're talking about somebody that's a year or under a year that normally wears diapers.
Yeah.
And my kids never wore shirts when they were in the house at that age, except in the winter months.
Right.
So I see what she's going through, but the state sometimes just wants to make a person's life miserable, especially if you claim innocence. They don't really believe that people are innocent. If you ever have gone in front of the parole board, if you had a loved one, just listen how they talk to people. They get up and walk away. They down you because you're one guy was Puerto Rican and one of the pro board members, one of them said, we need to get an interpreter. And I'm not going to say the old man with the gray hair with a bald spot in the middle and the mustache. I won't say his name, though. He said, no, this gives us a reason to flap him. So they gave him 5 years because he was Spanish and he could not speak English. That is kind of racist, if not completely racist in my books. And those are the people we need to get out of off the pro board. I would say we probably need to really replace them all. We were committed and promised by the governor's aide they were going to put a inmate advocate on the board. Never happened, but they do have 2 victim advocates. So this is getting to be ridiculous. Then how Candace has been treated in the past should never happen. And remember, family members should never be disrespected. Nor should they be charged what they're being charged, to support their loved ones. The state should have some responsibility there. But hell, look at what they feed them.
Oh, I know. It's horrible.
I was in ORW, I think it was about 4 years ago, and I asked the warden's assistant, I said, can I stop by and taste the food? This was right after they had the thing with the roaches or whatever. Mm-hmm. She said, get the F out of my prison. I mean, I never knew women could cuss like that. But, we have a right as citizens to question people that are in authority. Today, I just emailed a state rep, who is a Democrat. Everybody kept saying, Democrats don't judge, join our party, because I'm a Republican. And I consider myself independent now. Well, he's the first one that blocked me on social media because of my past. But they don't judge. Remember this. At least he don't, because he told me that before. So I think people like that. The month of June, we're going to do a voter registration month for our group. We're going to register people to vote. It's not going to just stop in June. We're going to keep doing it over. But we want to gear up all the ex-offenders, their families, people in the lower class neighborhoods. We need to register them so we could get the vote on our side. We cannot endorse a candidate, nor will we. Well, we can technically now until we get a 501c3, but we won't. But, these are some of the things that we have to get done. And, people like Candace's husband, he needs to be brought home. He's got a family to take care of. When you have that many kids, you need the father home to help support the kids. So share a little bit more on some of the things that you want to see accomplished, with laws changing and so forth.
I don't think that it only applies to my husband. I think that we need something that you should have to have some kind of evidence to be able to convict somebody. In our courts, anybody can say anything. Anybody can go in there and say, this person did this person did that, and be convicted, and they can spend the rest of their life behind bars for something that never even happened. Not only for my husband, there are many other moms, dads out there that are losing their freedom because of this.
And in Ohio, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but anybody that's been through the system knows you had to prove you're innocent, right. not the other way around, because they look at you as already convicted.
Yeah.
And you have to prove you're innocent. That's not the way it's supposed to go. Look at how the prosecutors have made up stuff. They'll come to the pro board hearings and say, this is why he shouldn't be released. He had his day in court.
Right.
He should not be allowed back at the pro board. I don't care who the prosecutor was. I was up to one pro board hearing where the prosecutor from Cuyahoga County was there, and the pro board was asking her some questions. And she's a part-time prosecutor, by the way, but was asking her some questions. She did not answer one. One question I remember them answering is, how do you know he's guilty? She said, well, this person said that person said. That's not proof.
Right.
That's hearsay. I'm not an attorney, but there's some things I can figure out. One is the guy ended up getting a probe because she did a lousy job representing Cuyahoga County. And Cuyahoga County is not a good county to be convicted in. Neither is Franklin County, Montgomery County. These bigger counties have more and more people getting locked up, and our population is getting younger and younger and younger. And then our older population is getting older and older until death. They're not getting released. Our oldest person right now is 93 years old. The other one that was 92, the pro board asked him, what kind of job are you going to work? He's 92 in a wheelchair.
Right.
He's got Alzheimer's. I don't know if he had Alzheimer's, but I think he probably did. And no halfway house would take him. And at that age, they might as well keep them. And it's sad, but you can't just let somebody out homeless like the state's done in the past. But on the wrongful conviction side, that we're going to host a conference on July 11th from, 1 to 4. I had to think for a second. We're going to be hopefully with the Innocence Project on that day. The public defenders is going to do expungement. So they'll have 4 or 5 attorneys there like they do at each of our conferences. We will have snacks for sale. We have to subsidize our conference because we're not getting a grant for this. So we're going to need help. We will have only a few tables available for $25 if you're interested. You would have to pay through our PayPal. Last year, I think we had 8 or 9 people that paid for tables, and the money did help. But we're looking to have close to 200 or more people at this conference. So we got to really pull people together, and it's great. And even our community meeting, let's get to that, coming up this month on the 15th of February at 946 Parsons Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43206. It's a networking meeting. Candace will be there. Bring information on your loved one if he's locked up. Talk to people. If you have another organization that is trying to get marijuana legalized or you're opposed to the death penalty, please come and join us and network. We don't want people there, though, that support the death penalty or support block parole, who believes everybody should be locked up. We don't want people like that. That's called hate. And the guy that runs block parole is from Upper Arlington. He's an attorney, and I'm really surprised on the hate that he is teaching. So we don't want people like that involved in our group because that's not what we're about. Do you, if somebody would like to help you with your husband's case, do you have an email or a way that they could contact us through our email?
Yeah.
I mean, you could contact us through changebeginswithus4sure@gmail.com. Again, that is changebeginswithus4sure@gmail.com. And I know I have quite a few attorneys that watch this and listen to the podcasts. Please reach out and let's help these people get a chance to get their loved ones out. The average person cannot afford an attorney, especially when you're raising kids. And the kids have to come first before your spouse does. So let's get out and help these folks out. Okay, everyone. Our contact information again is changebeginswithus4sure@gmail.com. And our phone number is 614-404-4924. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.